let's move forward here to what this means. Mina, will we see another big game out of Justin Herbert and this Chargers offense who's been great of late?
Yeah, I think we will. Look, this Titans defense was awesome the first half of the season, but watching the Jags, I was just so struck by how injured they were across the board. And you see here some of those injuries. Danico Autry was such a massive loss for this front four. One of the more underrated players in the NFL. Christian Fulton is their best cornerback. He's out in this game. Monty Hooker, David Long, I think, isn't playing either. At linebacker is another really underrated player. They're just so battered. And my message to the Chargers coming off of that list is to stay aggressive on offense. There is not a DB on this roster who can defend Mike Williams. I want him to see him getting targets early, often, and deep, because they have the capacity to throw and throw well on this team.
Listen, my high school cheerleading team would always go to Disney World, and when they would go to Disney World, they would constantly win, right? But I remember when we used to hoop, they used to be like, be aggressive, be aggressive. That's exactly what the Chargers need to do. You got Mike Williams back. Keenan Allen comes back last week, and we saw against the Miami Dolphins that when Justin Herbert has his people, he's one of the top quarterbacks in this entire league, both using his legs and his arm. Push the ball, beat up on this Tennessee Titans defense that Mina just outlined for you is banged up like a group that's going to Fight Club every night. I cannot wait to see what they can do.
I got to tell you, before I ask Swagoo about the Titans offense and how they can win this game, maybe the defense too, I feel like every week, every show, I learn like a bit more about RC's life. His son's dog came into the show today, his high school basketball team and the cheerleaders. Like every week we get a kernel more about you. So Swagoo, let's imagine a scenario in which the Titans do win this game, because they often do find a way to keep things close. How does that happen?
Well, when RC was saying about the cheerleaders, I was about to start like waving some pom-poms, but hand gestures are getting totally misconstrued today on this damn show. So I'm going to just focus on football from now on going forward. Okay, listen, this is about Derrick Henry and handing the football off to him a minimum of 30 times in this football game. And I know what everybody is saying, like that's a high volume. Well, the Titans win when they have a high volume of handoffs to Derrick Henry. Last week, it was to the tune of 17 carries, and they lost that game. I felt like if they would have continued to feed him, they would have had an opportunity. But this is, to me, this is the only way that this Titans game stays where it is. Look at Derrick Henry. Yards ranks after contact, and the Chargers defense is almost last in total yards and dead last per rush. So this is where you have your advantage, Tennessee Titans. This is how you play keep away, and this is how you play a much depleted defense on the other side of the ball.
They've kind of lost their mojo over the past 2 weeks. We'll find out a lot about Tennessee on Sunday, because if they win, the AFC South is all but theirs once again. But we are not forecasting that. It is not just the forecasters in Vegas, but also us are all predicting a Chargers win on Sunday that would push them to 8-6.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.